Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to start with a new topic, that is strategies for enhancement in food production agricultural sector part 3. In this topic we are going to cover alternative methods for food fortification, which includes single cell protein and tissue culture. Let's start with the first topic, that is single cell protein. Conventional agricultural production of cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, etc. may not be able to meet the demand of food at which humans and animal population is increasing. One of the alternative source of proteins for animals and human nutrition is single cell protein. The fact that edible mushrooms are eaten by many people and large scale mushroom culture is growing industry, as mushroom is also a good source of protein. Microbes are grown on an industrial scale as source of good protein. For example, blue-green algae like spirulina can be grown easily on material like wastewater from potato processing plants, which consist a good amount of starch, agricultural waste like straw, molasses, animal manure, and even sewage to produce their large quantities, which can serve food rich in proteins, minerals, fats, carbohydrates, and vitamins. This is an image of spirulina, which serves as alternative source of food rich in carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and various other minerals. Let's start with tissue culture, as traditional breeding techniques failed to keep pace with demand and to provide sufficiently fast and efficient system for crop improvement. Another technology called tissue culture got developed. During 1950s, whole plants could be generated from explant, that is any part of a plant taken out and grown in a test tube under sterile conditions, that is in absence of microorganisms in special nutrient medium. This capacity to generate a whole plant from any cell or explant, that is any part of plant, is called totipotency. It is important to stress here that the nutrient medium which was used consists of a good carbon source such as sucrose and other inorganic salts, vitamins, amino acids, which were essential for plant growth, along with important growth, that is plant growth regulators like auxin and cytokinins, which help in growth and development of plants. This method of producing thousands of plants through tissue culture is called micropropagation. Each of these plants will be genetically identical to the original plant from which they were grown, so they were called as somoclones. Many important food plants like tomato, banana, apple have been produced on commercial scale using this method. Another important application of this method is recovery of healthy plants from diseased plants, that is affected plants. For example, if plant is infected with a virus, the meristem, that is meristematic tissues, which are found in growing areas of plants like apical, that is at the tip or at the root region, and axillary, that is which is found at nodes of leaf. If they are free from virus, one can remove the meristem and grow it in vitro technique of tissue culture to obtain virus-free plants. Scientists have succeeded in culturing meristem of banana, sugarcane, and potato, each having desirable character, can be fused, that is combined, to get hybrid protoplasm, that is combination of their genetic resource, which can be further grown to form a new plant. These hybrids are called stomatic hybrids, while this process is called stomatic hybridization. This method also had some failures. For example, pomato, a combination of tomato and potato, was a commercial failure. This was it for this topic. If you have any doubt, please mention in comments. If you like my video, please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. See you in next topic.